Listening section. In this section of the test, you will have the chance to show how well you understand spoken English. There are 4 parts to this section with special directions for each part. Part 1. Question 1 to 4. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear some dialogues and questions spoken in English. The dialogues and the questions will be spoken twice. They will not be printed in your test book, so you must listen carefully to understand what the speakers are saying. After you listen to the dialogue and the questions about it, read the 5 possible answers and decide which one would be the best answer to the question you have just heard. Now listen to a sample question. You will hear,
Didn't Kathy go traveling to Japan with you last month?
Are you kidding? Even if it didn't cost anything, she'd rather stay at home.
what does the man think about Kathy? A. Kathy likes traveling. B. Kathy went to Japan alone. C. Kathy is a thrifty woman. D. Kathy is a stay-at-home woman. E. Kathy is an extravagant woman. The best answer to the question, what does the man think about Kathy, is Kathy is a stay-at-home woman. Therefore, you should answer D.
Can you say your name again?
Tina Sulaiman.
Address?
Jalan Sawal 13, Kebayoran Baru.
Latest education?
Law. I graduated from the law faculty. Where does the applicant live?
Can you say your name again?
Tina Sulaiman.
Address?
Jalan Sawal 13, Kebayoran Baru.
Latest education?
Law. I graduated from law faculty. Where does the applicant live?
We're going to a book fair tomorrow. Do you want to join us?
I'd like to, but I have to finish my assignment.
What will the man do?
We're going to a book fair tomorrow. Do you want to join us?
I'd like to, but I have to finish my assignment.
What will the man do?
Number 3.
That looks like a very bad cut, Rena. How did you do that?
It happened when I was hurriedly slicing the onions.
What happened to Rena?
Number 4.
Steve, what seems to be the problem?
Well, I had a bad cold, and the doctor gave me some medicine.
Listen, forget about that medicine. Try this herbal one.
Oh, no thanks.
What does the woman offer?
Part 2. Question 5 to 7. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear some incomplete dialogue spoken in English, followed by 4 responses, also spoken in English. The dialogues and responses will be spoken twice. They will not be printed in your test book, so you must listen carefully to understand what the speakers are saying. You have to choose the best response to each question. Now listen to a sample question.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Nancy. What are you doing here? Are you waiting for someone?
No, I'm waiting for a taxi. I want to go to a bookstore.
What is the best response to the woman's statement?
A. Let me take you to the bookstore. B. I'll find a good book for you. C. The store is open till 7 p.m. D. Oh, the bookstore is somewhere else.
The best answer to the question, what is the best response to the woman's statement, is, let me take you to the bookstore. Therefore, you should choose answer A. Number 5.
We went to Bandung yesterday. We spent our time shopping.
So what do you think about Bandung?
A. As long as you like it. B. Bandung is the capital of West Java. C. It's a good place for shopping. D. Bandung is not far from here.
Number 6.
I have a problem with my computer. I can't turn it on.
A. How did you get your computer? B. Where did you buy your computer? C. Could you help me, please? D. May I help you?
Number 7.
The deadline for handing my English assignment is today, but I can't meet my English teacher at school. What should I do?
What is the best response the boy can make?
A. I'm very sorry to hear that. B. If I were you, I would call her. C. You don't have to hand it over now. D. I suggest you to obey the regulation.
Part 3. Questions 8 to 11. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear some dialogues or monologues spoken in English. The dialogues or monologues will be spoken twice. They will not be printed in your test book, so you must listen carefully to understand what the speakers are saying. After you listen to the dialogue or monologue, look at the 5 pictures provided in your test book and decide which would be the most suitable one for the dialogue or monologue you have heard.
Number 8.
What sport do you like?
Fencing.
Oh yeah? What do you need for that?
Things like a sword, a helmet, and some special clothes. Which picture goes with the dialogue?
Number 9.
Did you come to our school reunion last night?
No, I had surgery with some fellow doctors in the emergency room. Did you go?
Yes, I met so many old friends there. Bill is a lawyer. He works his own law firm. Edward is a math teacher in Houston. John is in the army, and his brother Jimmy is a pilot.
Which picture shows the man's occupation?
Number 10.
This place is one of the most visited attractions in London, as it is a source of fascination for many tourists. The palace is surrounded by parks on 3 sides: St. James Park, Green Park, and Hyde Park. There are 30 acres of gardens on the palace grounds, complete with a statuary, pool, and fountain. Queen Elizabeth's private suites overlooks the Green Park, a lovely tree-lined preserve virtually overflowing with daffodils in the spring.
Which picture goes with the monologue?
Candi Prambanan, or Candi Rara Jonggrang, is a 9th century Hindu temple compound in central Java, Indonesia. The temple compound, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is the largest temple site in Indonesia and one of the biggest in Southeast Asia. It is characterized by its tall and pointed architecture and by the towering 47-meter-high central building inside a large complex of individual temples.
Which picture suits the monologue?
Part 4. Question 12 to 15. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear several monologues. Each monologue will be spoken twice. They will not be printed in your textbook, so you must listen carefully to understand what the speaker is saying. After you hear the monologue and the question about it, read the 5 possible answers and decide which one would be the best answer to the question you have just heard. Question 12 and 13 are based on the following monologue.
Once upon a time, there was a kingdom named Umbulwaning. The king had a very beautiful daughter named Dewi Arum. She liked to swim and could spend hours swimming. One day, the people in the kingdom suffered a terrible illness. One night, the king had a dream. In his dream, he saw an old man who said that the illness could be healed by a flower in the Krendawahana jungle, and Dewi Arum was the only one who could get it. After a very difficult journey, the princess found the pond, but the king got angry with her for going on the journey and cursed her. "You don't deserve to be the princess and live in the palace. You deserve to live here in the pond," said the king. The princess disappeared, and in her place a beautiful flower rose. The king regretted what he had, but it was too late. He then brought the flower to the palace, and everybody got cured. Till today people call it the lotus.
Number 12. What is the topic of the monologue? Number 13. What was the cure for the illness? Question 14 and 15.
On Friday, we went to the Blue Mountains. We stayed at David and Della's house. It has a big garden with lots of colourful flowers and a tennis court. On Saturday, we saw the 3 sisters. There we went on the scenic railway. It was scary. Then Mummy and I went shopping with Della. We went to some antique shops, and I tried on some old hats. On Sunday, we went on the scenic skyway. We saw cockatoos having a shower. In the afternoon, we went home.
Number 14.
Where did they go shopping?
Number 15.
How was David and Della's family?